How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. Today, we are talking to you about the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation and explaining to you why it is so good in attack and why it's quite hard to defend with. We're going to talk about the pros and cons to the formation, show you some footage on how to play it and introduce it into your game, and really going into detail on this particular formation and tactics. If you enjoyed this video, please do let me know by leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. We recently hit 150,000 subscribers. So massive thank you to you all for that. I really do appreciate it. It is very, very kind of you. We do stream over on twitch.tv/FIFA Analyst. Head over to there. We stream daily at 11 a.m. UK time until 7 p.m. So come over there. Link in the description for that. And if you want any of your sneak, please do use code FIFA Analyst at checkout to go ahead and support us. Hashtag ad. You know, a lot of you guys don't know that I'm partnered with Sneak, so easy way for me to kind of go through and tell you that. Right, I've done enough of my spiel. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and talk about the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Well, first of all, why is it such a good formation? It's a formation which I'm really enjoying right now because it is great at beating Park the Bus. So many people sit deep, you know. Every man and their dog sat in the 18-yard box. They're going, oh, yeah, I'm going to hit you on the counter. The 4-1-2-1-2 narrow can be an effective way to overload that and really punish the opponent for doing so. Why and how does it beat Park the Bus? Well, you've got your centre defensive mid, right, who's going to sit there and kind of stay back. We're going to use our fullbacks in a very particular way, and we'll touch on that in just a second. But you've got your left centre mid, your right centre mid, a cam, and 2 strikers. So we have 5 players all available in the middle of the pitch to make runs through the middle. The key part is we have to make sure that we are sending them forward and going through the middle. You know, if you pick the ball up with your left centre mid, who's an attacking DM, attacking CM, send them on a run. When you lay off that pass, tap the L1 button and lay the pass off. They will then charge forward and they will get into the 18-yard box, giving you an extra pass. It's now down to the opponent to read that pass, stop that pass, tackle you with a ball, while you've got plenty of other options around you. You may not want to go for that pass. You may want to go for a little skill move, a little shot cancel instead. It really gives the opponent a lot to think about, which is why it is so effective to use those centre mids going forward. Now, if you don't use a centre mid going forward, that's fine. Just make sure that you've got someone from range. I use David Beckham at the minute, and if an opponent sat deep going, hey, yeah, I'm going to put every man behind the ball, yeah. You just go, all right, mate, no worries. David Beckham, little edge of the 18-yard box, switch it onto the right foot, green time finesse, bang, it's a goal. And if it's not a goal, it's a corner. And if it is a corner, that then means that you can go for the corner technique, which still hasn't been patched, by the way. Well done, EA, on that end. But yes, it's effective and we can do it that way. So we've got plenty of options then to beat the Park the Bus. Now, we said earlier on about the wing backs, and we use the wing backs in a certain way. The reason why the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow struggles for some people is they don't, I'll just bite my tongue. They don't use the wing backs. They don't use the width. They just go through the middle. So then it starts to get repetitive and easy for the opponent to defend. Distribute the ball out to the wing backs. Come forward with the wing backs, you know, entice them to go forward and get into an attacking position and attack the byline with them. If you can have a striker who's got the ability to win a header as well, you can cross it in with them. It offers you so much when you use the fullbacks. You know, you can even see here, Atal coming forward, my fullback getting into that byline position. We'll talk about how to defend on the counter in just a second. So we've done that. We've used the fullbacks. We're using those centre mids. We're using the long shots as well. What else can we do? 2 strikers linking up with a cam. You've got an easy triangle. 2 strikers to go for little 1-2s between each other. They lay the ball back to the cam. You send runners over the top. You've now got the ability to counter with that centre attacking mid and 2 strikers. The good thing about the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is because you've got so many men, 50 cent inbound, you can use it as a counter-attacking formation or a possession formation because you've got passes on almost 9 times out of 10. A little pass backwards, give and go. First time pass, driven pass. Use the driven passes to your advantage in this formation. You've got 2 strikers. Pick one of them to go through and get it into their feet. Honestly, it is great going forward in those particular areas. The cam is so crucial. I recommend leaving the cam on stay forward to give you that kind of counter-attacking threat. If you do want to play it as a possession formation, it's not a problem. Do just slow it down a little bit. Like, you obviously, you know, you want to use the driven passes and you want to use those little little intricate passes and so on, but do slow it down. Look to kind of draw your opponent out. You've got the men in the middle. If they've got a left mid and a right mid, fine. They're going to be marking almost no one. So you really just want to try and overload through the middle, typically against like the 4-2-3-1 or even the 4-4-2. Now, why is this formation a bit of a struggle for a lot of players? And that's because it's hard to defend, right? When you get countered, and you will get countered in this formation because we use the fullbacks, because we have so many men going forward, you need to be patient. The opponent is going to counter you. They're going to get up against your centre defensive mid, your two centre backs. Just be patient and don't give them up really any space. So you ideally want to push them out towards the wing and let them have the wing space, but not through the middle. What happens is people panic tackle. They go and step in with their centre defensive mid. Then it's two centre backs against three attackers, and you're going to be in big trouble. Just really try and maintain goal side. Stay with the opponent and don't panic. If the ball's there to be won, fair enough. But really, really just try and maintain that goal side and it will be okay. One of the biggest cons, I think, with this formation that a lot of people struggle with is that it is easy to keep the ball against. So if you use this as your starting formation and you don't take the lead, you aren't winning that football match, the opponent can hold the ball very well and very effective against you because you obviously have just, your narrow on your width. If you want to stick with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, what I would recommend doing is putting step up as an instruction on your fullbacks. This will encourage your fullbacks to step up, mark, say, the left mid, the right mid, their left back, right back, whatever it may be, to try and stop them from holding the ball and be a bit more aggressive. You also then want to use team press as a way to get the ball back. I would recommend, though, if you're losing a game, 2 goals or something, an opponent's looking to see the game out and hold the ball, we want to switch over to like a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-2-3-1 with the cams on stay forward to stop them from holding that ball. Maybe even a 3 back, depends on what you want to go for. The 4-1-2-1-2 definitely does have a weakness in that particular area. All right. Now, in terms of tactics, what am I running at the minute? Well, we did a custom tactics video on the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow last week. I'm going to give you a few variety of tactics here. For the first one, it's pretty much more of a balanced tactic, something a little bit more neutral. We don't run press on possession loss, for example, and we run a bit of a lower depth to try and frustrate the opponent and make it difficult for them to score. If they hold the ball, we can then get our numbers back in, overload through the middle and try and be as defensively sound as we can. We also then have a press on possession loss and a press on heavy touch to be more aggressive and get into the opponent's face. If we lose the ball, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, if the opponent doesn't use the wing backs, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is so great at catching them out in the middle of the park and winning that ball back and getting the ball straight into your striker's feet and just going straight forward. You can see how here Beckham picks the ball up. Look how many men we've got there. Simeone then turns, manages to use the fullback and come back into the middle. It's great in that particular sort of area. So make sure that you do use it and kind of introduce it into your game as well. So that is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and why it is so good and why it is so effective. I hope that has helped you guys. If you have any questions regarding the formation, regarding any custom tactics, pop them down below in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to give you a reply. Thank you all very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. As always, I will catch you in the next video and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.